social media and this legislation which was passed, and it's against free speech. It sounds good, like many things, climate change and stuff. In order to persuade the public to go along with it, they have to dress it up as something it isn't. This online harms legislation, which conveniently took place during the Russell Brand nonsense, is specifically designed to prevent people from having a say. And what they do is they create fake events and fake narratives which seem to show people being subjected to racist abuse or something like that. Maybe Wes Foderingham, whoever he is, I've never even heard of this guy because I couldn't care less about football. Let's just suppose that he was subjected to some racist abuse online. Well, first of all, we don't know who is really behind it. We don't know if the racist abuse was done by people who want to make legislation to try and prevent people from having a say. I myself was subjected to years and years of abuse by people impersonating me and abusing me online. I couldn't get any assistance whatsoever from anybody. I went to legal aid, they wouldn't help me. Abuse is allowed, and in fact targeted abuse is absolutely routine in our society. If you are someone who genuinely cares about the direction of humanity and wants to say something about it, you will be personally targeted, right? They will come after you. This is a fact. I don't believe for 1 second that this online harms bill is designed to protect people. It's designed to harm people. And maybe Wes Foderingham, whoever he is, should realise that. Okay? We don't know. When you see what appears to be abusive stuff online, you don't know who's behind it. You don't know whether that person is you know, Jews, for example, quite often, and this has been proven, abuse themselves online, create Nazi accounts in order to get people to come and support them. And then politicians claim that they've been subjected to horrific anti-Semitic abuse when their own allies and friends and perhaps even themselves did it themselves in order to gain sympathy. This is a common trick. Prevent discrimination and abuse on social media platforms. Discrimination is absolutely routine in our society, completely routine. And for example, if you want to join a sports club, they don't like your opinions, they're totally entitled not to have you as a member. You might be honest, you might be fair, they just don't like your opinions. But if you're gay, and that's protected, that means that they cannot prevent you from joining if you're gay, but they can prevent you from joining if you don't go along with this shit. Like climate change, for example, a belief in climate change will protect you from, you know, for example, if you want to join a sports club and you believe in climate change, and let's say they don't, assuming you can find any, I want to join the club that doesn't believe in it, if such a club exists. But let's say you don't believe in climate change, and the club believes in climate change. Then, sorry, the club doesn't believe in climate change, and you believe in climate change. That you can get protected from that. The final parliamentary debate on Friday. Imagine that. I mean, it was somebody pointed out to me. I didn't even know there was a debate on Friday about climate change. It's been forgotten. Somebody pointed out that this climate change, this online harm, bill passed during the Russell Brand nonsense. They create the Russell Brand issue, which is really trivial. Maybe Russell Brand showed his cock to somebody 15 years ago. It's really, by global standards, nothing. Every single day, people, hundreds of people, thousands of people are murdered, right? Hundreds of people are murdered every day in war or some other way. And we're worried about Russell Brand's cock. Fuck off. So, in the development of the bill, a joint statement from the FA, a significant moment for those who participate in the game. Well, how about just closing down football? I mean, if you're that concerned about climate change, close down football. If you're that concerned about it, close it down. We don't need to watch football. It would free up an enormous amount of time for people to sleep and do other more useful activities, right? In reports of discriminatory behaviour, online abuse. Yeah, these highly paid black footballers are complaining about being abused, are they? The same people who get their name chanted. Sheffield United's 2-1 defeat. Like I said, online it's impossible to find out who's behind online abuse. There is obviously going to be some morons out there who say, "Oh, that black bastard," and all the rest of it. But again, that doesn't mean the government themselves could be creating these accounts in order to create a desire, an explanation. Now people can say, "Oh yes, well, there's too much online abuse, so that's why we have to prevent you from having your say." My freedom of speech doesn't depend upon what other people do. I want to have a freedom of speech. I'm not going to be, everything I say is based upon what I truly, honestly believe. And I should not have my free speech dictated to by football. Fuck off. Football has got no right to tell me what I can say. I wonder, there's one comment here. What's it say? Global policing. I don't want this legislation, right? If you don't like something, you can just ignore it. And again, as I said, I know from experience that a lot of the online abuse is generated by the government itself.